Good morning, September 6th. Got some interesting action here on the stock, so we wanted to go over it. In front of us is our Wyckoff wave, which is made up of various blue chips. You can see here today, we do have a technometer reading up here at 50, and all we're accomplishing to doing is really upthrusting this dotted line resistance we've been on, and then the purple line is the what we had marked as a sideways trading range that we've been in for quite a few months here. So things get interesting here, especially if we give up this rally again today and turn back down. So we're definitely watching that. If you go to the Wyckoff Wave Growth Index, another one that we watch closely. You can see we've been in an uptrend. We did mention on our weekend review, which is free, and you can sign up for that at the top of wycoffsmi.com. But we had warned that technometer was as overbought as it had been in months, and that was up here. And we're anxious to see how it would act on the support line of the uptrend line. So as of today now, we are breaking that. Technometer is neutral, but today's action is starting to put that support line behind us. Let's go to the SPY, the Spider ETF. Go to 1 year on that. No real horrible signs here. I mean, we are approaching the dash line, which is an accelerated uptrend, and the technometer is neutral. So not much to show here. I mean, this is above previous resistance, not accelerating on volume, so maybe getting a little tired. TLT, the 20-year Treasury bond ETF. We had mentioned on this bar here that was probably a test of this, and then we could work lower. Technometer extremely overbought down here, as much more overbought than we've been in months. So it'd be interesting if this high can keep us in place and how it will act if the stocks do turn down in earnest. Let's go through some of the Wyckoff stocks. Boeing, 1 year. You can see the markings we've had on here, testing it up through us. We've got our resistance line here, and we continue to stay below that. And we've got the technometer down here now at 52, which is at usually as overbought as we see it here on Boeing. We've got the OP above these highs here, and price is staying below it. So again, this rally I think is going to look suspect here. Bank of America. This is one that we're minor long. We just wanted to buy a little bit of a pullback and haven't really seen it. We got technometer near overbought. So maybe if we get this one down here closer to the $29 support, and we might add on to our long positions. That's one we thought was under accumulation, could still work higher. Bristol Myers. Not much really to add here, as we keep saying. It's back in this middle of the range of what we thought was distribution, and really just kind of going to sleep. Haven't got to an overbought level. Maybe we could upthrust this level and turn lower here with the wave. So we'll watch that one. Caterpillar is one we've talked about wanting to be short. One year, same type of thing. Fall through the ice in the backup, and the creek has, or the ice has met resistance here. Not much to add, but this chart looks a little heavy as well still. Ford. One we talked about being weak, coming down heavy volume, and just nothing really to add here. We've had some quick moves from oversold to overbought, back to oversold, so a little bit of trading action down here, but nothing we can really wrap our arms around. General Electric, been a very poor performing. We were throwing around the idea maybe this was some accumulation. We did come down here and make a spring. We have tested it on a little bit lower volume. We are overbought on the technometer, so one that I'm anxious to see how it acts if the wave does pull back here. If this one can hold in with some wave weakness, that might be one you want to look at being long. IBM, another one like Caterpillar and Boeing that we want to be short. Same type of thing. ICE has given us some resistance. Technometer is close to overbought. This one as well, if the wave turns down, would help lead it lower, I would believe. AT&T. We've talked about trying to be long this one. Not much really to add. We did take out the downtrend line. We have kind of tested the bottom support. Again, one that we want to be long, just still continuing to watch it. Union Pacific, we've talked about the strength there. It continues higher. So that's done all right. Technometer at 53, so definitely as overbought as it's been in months. Volume has come in here the last few days. So let's see if this uptrend line can hold. And again, how it acts if the wave does pull back. With the overbought technometer, we'll see how quick we can get that back to neutral and keep that uptrend maybe in line. Walmart, we talked about how it was bullish. Didn't give us really the buy that we wanted. You can see uptrend lines didn't really help. And we did have a technometer close to oversold here. And back here we was working on oversold. It just didn't give a point to really buy it, and it had the big news that it gapped on. So not much to say there. Probably more still just back and forth trading. ExxonMobil. We had mentioned this down here when it was oversold, that possibly this was a spring. It did come back here, register overbought. It has continued to work higher. So again, a pullback maybe to the 78 area would be good if the wave comes back down and gives us a buy in the future. But right now, I would think this one would continue to work sideways and come down and test support. Dow DuPont. We showed this little wedge pattern. It has broke out to the upside, and haven't really had a trade there. Would like to maybe buy a pullback to the 68 area. Once again, see how the wave acts. And a few more stocks we usually mention. Wingstop, we've been long for quite a while. We talked about objectives on the figure chart being above 69. We are getting close to that now. Technometer, back to overbought, but nothing extreme. OP is going to a new high. So last 2 days here has been really well. Maybe raise the stop to the 64 level. Let's see if it can keep continuing higher. But we are coming into our upside objective from the point figure chart. Twilio is one we've mentioned of being strong. It had continued good runs up to the 88 level. Coming under a little pressure with the NASDAQ coming under pressure here. because the NASDAQ, as I showed you earlier, is starting to break down a little bit. We did get close to our upside objectives here. The lower objective was the 88. So that one could go into a trading range as well for maybe some reaccumulation. So we had objectives as high as 100. So just reached the bottom end of that from this huge accumulation level. Tractor Supply we've talked about. That one continues higher as well. We think we like that one longer term. Did come down here, registered oversold technometer. AGCO is one also, along with Tractor Supply, that we think longer term could be good. It's been slow to react. Comes down and tags that 58 level, but still looks like maybe it could take out the downtrend line. And this is one to watch again moving forward. It is overbought the technometer, so not a buy here, but one that we want to look at. Square is one that our crypto people, we've talked about, that it just continues higher. And that one continues to be a strong one. Might need to buy that on any type of pullback. Bitcoin has gotten hurt in the last 24 hours. Here's Overstock, one that we thought would perform better, but with the Bitcoin coming down, getting hurt a little bit. Technometer is extremely oversold here. But again, one that we want to watch. So I think that'll do it for now. Just want to give you a quick update, see if the wave here is going to roll over and try some type of corrective action. Thank you. Good trading.